Everyone, welcome. Good evening. I am so excited that we are ushering in our spectacular fall season together. This is definitely when things get sizzling in our business, our major time for not only selling in our Arbonne business, but also sponsoring in a big way. You will have many people join your business in the next 4 months as we round out the last part of 2016 together. And so it is my pleasure. I always love to kick off the call with our accomplishments from our prior month. And without further ado, I will read our top recognition for the month of August. We had a 3-way tie for top sponsor in the month of August, and that goes to sponsoring 6 personally, Dana DiMartini from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Melissa Ladner from Klamath Falls, Oregon, and Jenna Timuti from Venetia, Pennsylvania. Congratulations, you guys. I'm so proud of you. Our top district manager is on with us tonight, Miss Katie Miller, 7,430 rock star. Oh my goodness. She's so cute. Look at her. She's like, yeah, I know. I'm so proud of you, honey. Congratulations. Way to go. And our top area manager, Tiffany Spitznagel, 23,322. Way to go. Way to go. Awesome, Wonder Woman. I'm so proud of you guys. And our top regional vice president from Pittsburgh, Kendall Travers, 66,825. Way to go. This is so much fun. Thrilled. Yes. And so excited for everyone that earned their Bottle Up incentive with having 2,500 PQV in the month of August. We had so many earners, and I'm sure you saw splashes on Facebook throughout acknowledging that huge recognition. So I am so proud of you guys for doing that awesome work. Way to go, everybody. Next on the line, we are going to acknowledge our district manager bonus achievers. And these are the folks who had in their central business 5,000 QV and also 5 sponsored within their organization in their central business. So Rihanna Carlson from Orland, California, Alyssa Cavallero from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Melissa Ladner from Klamath Falls, Oregon, Kimberly Graham from Sparks, Nevada, Katie Miller from Canonsburg, Pennsylvania, Melissa Montani from Mars, Pennsylvania, Tiff Spitznagel from North Huntington, Pennsylvania, and Kendall Travers from Pittsburgh. Way to go, everybody. Congratulations. And to piggyback on that, we have several who are area managers and hit their area manager bonus, and that's 20,000 Success Line QV, and then 10 sponsored within your central area. And that goes to Rhiannon Carlson, Alyssa Cavallero, Tiffany Spitznagel, and Kendall Travers. Way to go, you guys. And it wouldn't be a recognition without acknowledging our RVP bonus achiever. And because Kendall hit over 60,000 qualifying volume in her central region, she is our RVP bonus achiever for August. Way to go, girlfriend. We're so proud of you. Nice work. And what we love the best in our business is helping to give people an arm up and elevate them to management levels in our business. And that is really the lifeblood in your business, is helping to link arms with someone and showing them a way. And what I love so much about our team is that we're all about doing that linking arms piece and not leaving new consultants to flounder and figure it out on their own, so to speak. And so we have several who are in qualification for the first level of management in their business, and this is such an exciting time for them. I remember when I was thinking, oh my goodness, how am I ever going to hit $2,500 in a month? But I tell you what, the walk of faith, those numbers just happen if we keep doing the do. So I'm so proud of all of those who are in qualification for district, but we want to acknowledge those who are in qualification for district at that 2,500 mark or higher. And so I'll first bring on the line with us to celebrate her person in qualification, Rhiannon Carlson from Orland. Rhiannon, can you hear me? Oh, she may be muted. Okay, Rhiannon, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Thank you.
Okay, we have in qualification Kathy Bartel from Orland, California, and she is sponsored by myself.
Congratulations, Kathy. That is so fun. Thank you, Rhiannon. Thank you. And next from Reno, Nevada, I'll bring ERVP Lynn Carpenter on the line. Lynn?
Yes, thank you, Becky. So we have one person in qualification for district manager, and that is Denise James, and she is sponsored by Miss Kimberly Graham.
Fantastic. Way to go, Denise. We're so excited, cheering you on for a strong finish. And last but not least, Kendall from Pittsburgh. I'll have you join us on the line, honey.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so we have 2 in qual this month, and that is Miss Dana DeMartini from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, sponsored by Katie Miller, and Kayla DeJulius from Cannonsburg, Pennsylvania, sponsored by myself.
Oh, congratulations. How fun. Way to go, everyone. This is going to be a phenomenal month in September. Really, when we kick off holiday and we have so many great incentives rolling, it's going to be an easy march to the finish line to finish out district manager qualifications. So we're cheering you on all the way. Congratulations, everybody. I have, it's my honor to transition and get to acknowledge those who we are keeping in our prayers. And we have some special ones on our hearts tonight. But I do want to issue forward continued prayers for several of our extended family members. Rhiannon's mom, Debbie Kubik, is undergoing radiation right now for cancer treatment. And Rhiannon said this morning she's doing quite well. So thank you for keeping Debbie in your prayers. Karen O'Brien's dad had a big heart surgery at the end of June, and they estimated about a 9 to 12 week recovery. So he is still definitely in that recovery mode. So big prayers out to Karen's dad. And thanks for your continued prayers for Dan Carpenter Sr. Dan got a great health report from UCSF follow-up just about a week or so ago. No recurrence of brain cancer for Dan, as well as Justin Pierce. In Joshua Tree, California. Justin's doing very well and keeping those boys on the golf course as much as possible. Also, thank you for your continued prayers for healing and peace for Mike West from Reno, Nevada, and our sideline sisters Shayna Grossclose from Portland, Oregon, and Sarah Wilson from Arkansas. And we'd like to issue a big help shout out tonight for new prayers for strength, because we have some of our Arbonne family that have been affected by new health concerns. Connie West is the wife, the darling wife of her husband Mike West, and this is Carly West Kinney's mom and Allie West's mom and dad, who we're speaking of. And she had some tests coming back showing cancer in her abdomen area. They, as a family unit, are incredibly strong and are always powerful and positive. And so if we can lift them up in our prayers, the whole family, and of course, especially for Connie West, strength and healing as she goes through this process of uncovering what she's going to be fighting for, I would absolutely love it and appreciate it. And then our sweet Angela Jordan, Kendall just let me know as we were coming on the line tonight. Of course, our Pennsylvania team is well aware of this as their meeting was tonight. But Angela Jordan's daughter, her oldest little one, who's only 3 to 4, her name is Kaylee. They are at the emergency room right now trying to figure out what a mass in her abdomen is all about. So doing some extensive testing. So please lift up Angela and Kaylee and their whole family in your prayers as well. And I absolutely love one verse that Connie's daughter, Carly, shared with her from Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. And for all of us on the call and on our sideline teams, so many of our family members and us personally have walked through that faith walk with health concerns with our dear family members. And I have no doubt with the power of our prayer that both Connie and Angela Jordan's daughter are going to come out on the other end with fantastic glowing health. So thank you all for your awesome support with that. And I have a handful of announcements before we have an awesome training by ERVP Lynn Carpenter at the end of the call. I just want to love on you guys for loving so well on our Dallas call center. Just to piggyback on the event that we did, I was able to take volumes of lovely cards of thanks and well wishes to our Dallas call center team late July. And ERVP Cheryl Plochet, who lives north of Dallas, she was able to join me there. Cheryl is Indiana Heron Success Line as a phenomenal leader. And they were just blown away. I mean, everything, they had balloons up at the entrance, so I wouldn't do a drive-by and miss the Arbonne entrance. They had Devon Talent was there, and Debbie Perkins was there to be the greeters for both Cheryl and I and take us on a tour. And it was just a phenomenal experience. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and for all of our for all of our consultant base for taking time out to love on these people. They definitely need our support because they are truly like a little island, you guys. They're not by the home office. They are just their own support, and they were just blown away by your gifts of the cards and the donations for the luncheon that we put on for them. So thank you so much. And speaking of Angela, and sweet Angela Jordan, she sent 10 thank you cards. So many of you sent multiple thank you cards, and I'm like, Angela, 10 thank you cards. I was so humbled when I got her package in the mail along with her donation. So thank you guys so much. And it was bittersweet. Just a few days after our visit to the call center, one of the IT specialists who is staffed there at the call center, his name is Arnold Panilla. He was tragically murdered that following weekend by someone who was posing as an Uber driver. And so he and his girlfriend were caught in a very tragic situation when he demanded money from them and then stabbed Arnold, and he passed away on site. And so Arnold leaves a little one. His son, I believe, is about 9 years old, and then his parents are Colombian, and they just would really benefit from our continued prayers. Again, his name was Arnold Panilla, and they have amazing support from the whole Dallas call center team. But thank you guys for lifting their family up in prayers as well. Announcement number 2, Taiwan. I would love to have each of you put a notation on your calendar and plug into one of the 4 remaining conference calls on Taiwan. They're doing a question and answer session, and I think it would be so important as we grow globally. Even if we don't personally know someone who is in Taiwan, there will be someone in Taiwan in your business, you all, in the near future, or within the intermediate future. So now is the time to really start wrapping our brains around everything that's happening over in Taiwan, and really getting that mindset that you're going to have a global team. So the dates to come, and these are all times 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. The dates are September 7th, which is tomorrow, September 20th, October the 4th, or October the 18th. And you'll find those on the weekly email updates. But again, September 7th, September 20th, October 4th, or October 18th. And the connection is going to be arbonne.tv. arbonne.tv, and it will ask you to sign in with your email that's linked to your Arbonne account, as well as your password that's linked to your Arbonne account. And it's advised to log in early as well, because they have a limited number of spaces on the call. If you have a question that you want to send in to our Taiwan development team, you can certainly do that. They ask that you just send it in 3 days prior to arbonnelive@arbonne.com. And I, for one, will be tuning in, because I will have a very robust Taiwan team. So I am so excited. Well, be able to see your beautiful smiling faces on the call with me. Our before and afters. Many of you have finally have the Genius Ultra in your hands. I think most all have been delivered. And Michael Darminio, our sweet creative director of creative communications director for Arbonne, he is actively asking for before and afters on our Genius Ultra product. And it's no reason why. That's really going to be the driver of what's going to show people how powerful this product is. So let me see if I can pull up, I'm going to try and share my screen and bring up a template, and I will send this out to you after our call so that you guys can also reference this information via email. Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay. So coming up on the screen now, you guys, and so I apologize, the printing is a little bit small, but here's what Michael's asking for when we send our before and afters. The before photo is photo of your bare skin, and then the after photo is using the lifting and contouring eye cream or the intensive renewal serum. So you can kind of position the camera with what product you're highlighting or what wrinkle you're trying to eliminate or what pigment you're trying to eliminate. And he wants you to take a picture at the 1 minute mark. And then you can choose one of the following intervals after that. Wait 15 minutes to take the after photo, wait 3 days, or wait 30 days. And the whole important point here is to be using the Genius Ultra on that part of your skin morning and nighttime with either the Lift and Contour Eye Cream or the Intensive Renewal Serum. You know, we as Arbonne consultants, we get so giddy and it's like, well, if one works, we're gonna slather the whole thing on. But because they have done the clinical trials with just those 2 products, they want to be very clear and not inflate any results. And there's no inflation required. The results are phenomenal. I know you guys have been seeing postings on Facebook, but this is the format that he is asking us to send in. And in doing that, Arbonne will be able to generate for us something that looks very much like, oh, pardon me, let's see if I can get a few of our MVP testimonials on here, something that looks like this. So they'll put together a template for us that we can then share on social media. We can print out and share at our presentations. There's EMVP Donna Bradley, EMVP Tara Brandsma, and EMVP Trisha Dreiling. And so Michael wants us not just from the VP field, he wants us all to submit this, you guys. So, and it's totally fine. If you started using Genius Ultra, no problem. Just go ahead and take your before picture on bare skin and then continue going forward. That's all he's asking because he knows that we're already seeing results. But that's going to be the big game changer and where the aha is going to come in from our clients when they see the amazing results that are coming out from Genius. So thank you in advance for doing that, you guys. Okay, next up, number 4 of 5. I'm going to bring up our holiday cash incentive. Several of you already are probably super excited and enthusiastic about this. Who can't benefit from having cash in your pocket, especially at holiday time, for your own gift giving or just because it's a crazy time of year when a lot of fun things pop up. So a couple of things that I wanted to just make sure that we're really clear on. When it says at the middle point of the flyer here, what is new and new volume? I tell you guys, it took me a long time to figure out what they actually meant, like new and new volume. What does Arbonne mean by that? And so I'm going to try and be really specific and clear on that. It touches on this a little bit on this beautiful flyer that Arbonne has given us for holiday, but it does go in depth in a document on the source. And you can just type in new and new volume and it will show you bullet points of what that is. But the U portion, which is highlighted here, that is your personal qualifying volume and the volume from your personally registered clients and preferred clients. So that's your own personal orders and from registered clients and preferred clients. The new volume, which is also highlighted on the flyer, that is the volume, the PQV, from your newly sponsored consultants. So yes, absolutely, your new consultants count within a given month. They count toward your U and new volume. And we're always shooting for at least a U and new volume of 2,500, but growing to 5,000, which is that DM bonus level. So here's the fun thing that Arbonne has brought to us for the purpose of the Holiday Cash 2016. They're letting us count the PQV from our new consultants, not just in their start month, September or October or November. They're letting us count that PQV from our new consultants all the way through. So anyone that starts in our business in September, we get to count their PQV September, October, November. That's a big deal for this holiday cash incentive. Let me just give an example. So for instance, in September, your PQV 3,000, your consultant number 1, who is just starting with you in September, their PQV is 3,000, and you have a consultant number 2, PQV is 3,000. So for the month of September, your U and new volume is 9,000 for that month. That's almost area qualification, you guys, at 10,000, by the way. So for the purposes of the holiday cash incentive, you get to count that PQV from those same consultants for all 3 months. If we were using our same example, I know it's rather simplified, but it helps to just kind of illustrate how the numbers swell with this incentive. If you and your consultant number 1, who you sponsored in September, and your consultant number 2, each had 3,000 PQV in the months of October and November as well, your holiday cash bonus would be $500. It would be this one right here, because that is cumulative qualifying volume for September, October, and November. It's absolutely amazing. It's very gracious of Arbonne to set up this incentive this way. And furthermore, if you look over a span of 3 months, September, October, November, look at how close that is to finishing area manager qualification with $30,000. You're right there. You're sneezing at area manager, and you'd be a new area manager going into December, and that would be a huge, phenomenal pay raise as well. So I love that Arbonne has given us this right after the Bottle Up incentive. This is the incentive that they're giving us for our biggest building months in our business. So thank you, Arbonne, for doing that. Again, I'll send out this flyer with our call recording as well, so you'll have it at your fingertips. And then finally, just to piggyback on that big incentive to grow to area, I want you all to be mindful of saving the date for Deanna Herron's 2017 Area Manager and Vice President Retreat. And the dates for that are going to be February 10th through the 12th, 2017. And this is an event that is eligible for any paid as area manager, as long as you promote effective February 1st, 2017, you'll be invited to join the Area Manager Retreat, and also regional vice presidents and national vice presidents. And the event is going to be at a gorgeous resort, the Point Hilton in Squaw Peak Resort. I mean, Deanna always goes top notch with finding us the most beautiful places to house our retreat. And who doesn't want to go a little south in the fall? I know that's very attractive, even though poor Danielle is like sweating without air conditioning right now in PA. She's probably like, oh, that sounds so nice in the winter months when it's like 20 degrees below zero. And just as a further little enticing, something to salt your oats for promoting to area manager within the next 6 months. When you promote and you're paid as area manager effective February 1st, your registration for the retreat will be covered by your regional vice president and myself. So we want to give that special acknowledgement to you for the hard work that you've done. And so I just want to give a little bit of applause. I found a fun little ditty that you guys will get a kick out of. My first area manager retreat, I was blessed to be able to be there with these 4 beauties. And this was fairly new into our Arbonne journey. And honestly, I will tell you that myself and Lynn and Jenny Pierce and Kara, this is one of my very first business builders, and she's still an executive district manager in her business and is loving what Arbonne is doing for her life. And of course, beautiful ERVP Jenny Pierce here, and beautiful ERVP Lynn Carpenter. At this point in our business, you guys, when we went, we were still a very, very small team. Probably, I mean, what I would guess is probably under 10 consultants, under 10 working consultants in our team. But yet we were able to go to the area manager retreat offered by Cecilia Stoll and Deanna Herron. And that room was packed with amazing, amazing life changers. And honestly, I will tell you, I went because I was like, I just want to go see what the secret is to this business. Like, there's got to be something that they're not telling us, and maybe this is where that happens. Maybe they're going to share like the real magic mojo with us when we go and we're a part of the area manager retreat. Well, of course, there is no magic mojo. It takes being driven, being disciplined, and hard work to get to the top level in Arbonne or wherever you wish to be in Arbonne. But what we did walk away with was we were committed to being lifers. And it was such a powerful event. My takeaways were that these people worked just as hard to develop themselves as they worked to grow their Arbonne business. And so I have a few call to actions before I bring Lynn on to do a phenomenal inspiration. First call to action, commit to being a lifer, you guys. Ask one person each day if they would be open to taking a look at the income opportunity with Arbonne. God will put the right people on your path who are destined to be with you in this journey. And that's that faith walk that I mentioned earlier in our Hebrews verse. The second call to action is to commit to growing yourself each day. This will allow you not only to pour into others, but it will give you strength to overcome the obstacles that God may put in your path to grow you. Did you ever think that those are something that are created by design because we have to push through to grow ourselves, to be able to be that leader for our team, to be able to lead them across their journey. And so those call to actions, if you can commit to doing those two things now, it's going to really help you get into the mindset of growing to area manager and well beyond area manager to the top level in Arbonne. So now what I want to do is bring ERVP Lynn Carpenter on the line. She has phenomenal words of wisdom. I can't wait for you to hear from Lynn. Anyone who's known Lynn for, 20 seconds absolutely loves her and is blown away by her. And so, you guys are really in for a phenomenal treat. And she is a powerhouse. She will be on the main stage at GTC one day, training in front of a global audience. And I can't wait for all of us to be there cheering you on, Lynn, when that happens. But certainly, please come in and share those words of wisdom with us because we know that you're going to impart your awesomeness. So without further ado, ERVP Lynn Carpenter.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you so much. I am thrilled to be on tonight's call. I am coming off of having a massage this afternoon. Came off of a big weekend where we spent an amazing weekend with Becky and her family. And we were just having a little chat out in the sunshine because it was a bit chilly. And in the chat, as I was, just sharing with her some things that I have recently come across in my thoughts of, when building this Arbonne business. And she says, Lynn, will you share some of those on the call? And I later today had to ask her, what did I share with you in the meadow when we were sunning ourselves? Like, what was it? So I really hope that I'm able to have some great words that will at least just leave you, that when you get off of our time here tonight, that you're feeling inspired and you're feeling motivated to get up and do whatever it is that you need to do to be successful in your individual, amazing, unique life. So as Becky had just spoke about the area retreat, and I want all of you to be there who are not yet an area manager. It is one of my most favorite events. It's very unique, it's special, and if you have not experienced it, you want to. It is very enriching and fulfilling by being there. But in order to be there, it is title-based. You have to be an area manager or above. And what I'm going to share with you tonight is, although much of what we do in Arbonne is title-based, we have our district manager, area manager, RVP, MVP, and that at times can be very much our focus in our business. But what I want to encourage you is that you may be at a place where it will be beneficial and helpful for you to maybe shift the focus not so much on title, but what does it mean for you to be successful in your life? What does success mean for you? What does growing an Arbonne business, what would make that look successful for you? What would that need to look like in order for you to feel really great about it? And it can be little increments, because this is especially helpful that if you happen to be in between promotions and you maybe have been at a certain place in Arbonne, maybe you've been a district manager for several years and you've been working hard for area manager, and maybe just some things haven't quite come together to make that solidify. Or maybe you're at that area manager and you so badly want to be that RVP, and there's just some more work and development that needs to happen. So that's where I feel that shifting the focus a little bit, okay, if I take my focus so much off of the promotion, but just look at what does it mean for me to be successful in my Arbonne business? What does that look like? What does that need to feel like? And how can I go actively daily to work on that? The reason why I share this is that there has been several times in my business that I had to look at it in that fashion. Very new as being a consultant, what my goal was to replace my massage therapy business, or my income from my massage therapy business, because that meant that after maternity leave of having my first child, Morgan, that I only had to return back to dental hygiene and I could close the doors on massage therapy. So that was my first focus. It was, what do I need to do to replace my income? Well, if you looked at it, it was getting to the level of area manager. And because at area manager level, the pay average was the replacement of my income. So that my goal was not necessarily to become an area manager. It was to replace my income so that I no longer had to go back to massage therapy. After that, my goal then became to earn an income that would cover my mortgage. And I remember sharing that with my husband. So that's also what I would really recommend, is that when you set certain goals for yourself of what you're wanting to look and what would be successful for you in this business, then share that with your cheerleader, your person who holds your feet to the fire, your support system. For me, that was my husband. I said, honey, this is why I'm doing Arbonne, for us. And my goal now is to earn a paycheck every month that I am taking care of our mortgage. And that made me feel successful, made me feel good. And working up to that, being able to break it down and say, in order for me, okay, what is our mortgage? And in order for me to build a monthly paycheck for me to cover that, what is that going to look like for me? And so it just shifts my focus a little bit, and it just was really powerful. And then I'd say just over the summer, I went through another period in my life where I was like, what does success look like for me? What is a successful life? And for me personally, to have a successful life is having fulfillment. And it's not just in Arbonne, but it's also, we have these lives that there's many components of our lives. There are many compartments. So when I started sitting down and doing some journaling and saying, okay, to be a success, to feel successful as a mom, what does that look like? What would be required of me? And I was able to pencil that down. And then when I penciled those things down, it allowed me to have clear focus that if I'm doing this as a mom, I'm successful. I feel great. I feel good about what I'm doing every day. Okay, what does it look like to be a success at being a wife, being the wife that I want to be? What does that look like? And then noting that down. What does it look like to be successful to myself? Like being, having that success of my life as a person, what my needs are. What does that look like? With my physical activity, how am I able to put that into my daily routine? With taking care of myself or massage, or whatever it is that you do to take care of yourself. What does that need to look like to where you feel good and you're not on the other side of that saying, well, I never make time for myself, or I'm beating myself up as a mom because I'm not doing this for my kiddos. And it can be just a little micro shift of whatever might be lacking that you can find yourself in this cycle of beating yourself up on. It could be a micro shift of, no, wait a minute. If I were to every night take 15 minutes and read my child a book as they go to sleep, that would make me feel really amazing, to where I'm having that nice special time. It could be as small as that, to where you set that goal, and then that is where you're able to walk away and just feeling really good about what you're doing, and you're feeling that fulfillment, and you're feeling that success, and you're no longer having to be in that cycle of beating yourself up. So those are some things that I would just encourage you to break down the important compartments of your life and really do some reflection of, what does success mean to me in this area? So Arbonne, what does success mean? What does success mean as a mom? What does success mean in my faith, to know that I'm doing that appropriately for myself? What does success mean for taking care of myself? So just taking some time to really break that down is what I would definitely encourage. And then another thing that can be, I believe, very helpful is breaking down each month and just say, what needs to happen in the month of September for me to feel successful. And sometimes it can be as that, like for me personally, I had to do this for the month of July because my kids were out of school. And I had the goal that I wanted to spend as much time as possible with them and doing those fun summer activities before they were back in school. But my struggle was, what does that mean as far as my Arbonne business? That if I'm devoting a lot of time to my kiddos and I'm taking some time away from my Arbonne business, I start to have that internal struggle of, okay, I'm being amazing at mom, but I'm being sucky as a business owner for Arbonne. It doesn't have to be that way. And if you're needing some clarity on that, what you can simply do is break it down and say, what needs to happen in the month of September for me to feel successful? And it might be, I want to have at least 5 people attend our client appreciation event, and I want to connect with 3 people per week of this business. It might be as simple as that, and just noting what that means to be successful, and then just adhering with that. And it's so true. Carlita Nilsson was at our Impact Tour in Sacramento that we just went to a couple weeks ago. And she again reminded us, and we hear this often, that it's the small things that we do consistently or over a period of time that builds our foundation, that then builds you up to those levels of being at the top in Arbonne and making your promotions. It's really the small things. The things that take us away from that is when we start beating up on ourselves, feeling that we're not doing enough, and we become paralyzed, and then we are not moving forward and we're not being effective in any areas of our life. So that's just what I would encourage, is really just say, what do I need to do in September to feel successful in my Arbonne business? Identify what those are and then go to work on them. And it's okay if they're small things, because we all have different lives and different obligations. And for you, you may not be able to commit yourself to a full system of what Arbonne recommends, but do the small things and you will find yourself to be where you want to be. That can be different for each person, and I just would recommend to identify what it needs to be for you personally. And then as I close, the only other thing I would highly recommend that definitely for me recently does work is that it is so true that personal development, you have to plug yourself into something every single day that will feed your mind to move forward in a successful way with Arbonne and whatever other areas of your life. And so what I recommend for my consultants, especially newer consultants, been in this business for a couple years, if you don't already have a subscription to the Learn and Burn training CDs, please do that as we conclude here tonight, and make a commitment just to plug in and listen to 10 minutes every day. If you were to do that for yourself, you would see amazing things come into your life. Learn and Burns, outside of that, is just finding great personal development books that your leaders can definitely guide you to. But that personal development piece is crucial. It's absolutely 100% needed every single day to be doing that in order to move forward of where you're wanting to go. So ask your question, what does it look like for you to build a successful life, and go to work on that. Okay, Becky, thank you. That's all I have.
Totally, totally awesome. Lynn, thank you so much for pouring into us tonight. I know you all want more time with this beauty, and you will have that time when you go to the Area Manager Retreat in Phoenix with all of us in February. We're so excited to be there with you. And like Lynn told me earlier today, she said, you know, I love us. I love what we have as a team. I want everybody to be there with us. And it's not about hitting a certain level in Arbonne. It is about deciding and discovering what it takes to help you feel successful, not only in Arbonne, but in your life. Beautiful, beautiful training. Thank you so much, Lenny. I adore you, and thank you for doing that with short notice. And she did an amazing job, as always. And so just in closing, I'll reiterate the verse that Carly sent to her mom, because I think it is so fitting for what Lynn has touched on, and with where many of us are at in our journey. And that is Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for, and assurance about what we do not see. So just simply take that step, put a toe in, lean into that a little bit and see where your path is going to take you. We love you guys. Make it a phenomenal September. We're already rocking and rolling, and I know that we're going to see our whole team explode in the next 3 to 6 months. We love you guys. Have a great night. Bye-bye.